So a lot of you will know the Rafa story because you saw Rafa come in, you saw Rafa being trained as a pet because he was out of control, running off, not coming back, and he'd just taken over as a youngster. And so what you saw is you saw the development of Rafa, and we started off with the e-collar. We taught the behaviour with the long line, and then we conditioned him with the e-collar. Now you could say, why is he still wearing the e-collar? It's because he's out in a new environment that now we've had a year's training with this dog, of getting this dog listening in the field, responding in the field, wanting to retrieve, wanting to play the game, not cocking his leg all the time, not trying to demand that he runs the gaff. And now it's his year to go out and actually have fun with these birds. Don't take a dog on a shoot before it's ready. This dog would become a nightmare if you did that. He's very independent. He's self-willed. He's one of those cockers that can be an headstrong troublemaker. And I've not hid anything. But look at the difference. Look how he's enjoying life. Sophie should be really pleased that this dog is having the lifestyle that he's got compared to being a family pet and taking over like he did. It wasn't fair for her to have a dog like him, and she could have had another cocker that was biddable, loving and affectionate, and he is affectionate in his own way when he wants something, and yet that's the character of the beast. And the thing is to get the best out of these dogs, and that's what it's about. It's showing you how to get the best out of these dogs. Can we turn dogs round and change the mindsets? Well, there's the proof. Is he perfect? No. Will he ever be perfect? No, I don't think so. It's Rafa. He's just a little cocky cocker. All right. You could say, could you work him without the e-collar on? Yes, I probably could. But guess what? It's a get out of jail card. If he wants to really push boundaries, I can teach him a lesson. Did I need to? No. But it's a security net. If things go wrong, I can correct him if I have to. In this environment, I don't really need to, but what I'm saying is it's there and he knows it's on him, and so he's behaving himself even better. If I take it off him, will he respond to me? Of course he will. But will he respond every time? I don't know. At this point, I'm still conditioning him. Even at this point, this dog has got about another season before I can say this dog is a fully trained Gundog. These three dogs are very green in what they're doing, but they have to have the foundation in them. They have to have that control into them. They saw the birds off there. They didn't go after them because they're more interested in putting their nose down and finding the scent and coming across a bird. That's what they're looking for. I keep telling you, if you get the head down on these dogs, spaniels, whether it's a Cocker Spaniel, Springer Spaniel, you can get them to stay closer because the head's down and they're hunting around you. So what we're doing, we're taking this dog now into the environment that he's going to learn to be a Gundog in. Before that, he's been in the field. Yes, I've taken him out. Yes, I've put him in situations. Yes, I shot a bird over him last year, just one. And he didn't know what it was all about, but that's why he didn't go wrong. This year, he's now saying, right, I know what this is about, Dad. But guess what? I'm still going to enforce the rules, but I want him to enjoy life. I want him to enjoy the game, the gameplay. He's now realizing what scent is compared to just running around being a dog. We've had to condition him from the start, recondition him completely, unscramble the mindset. Now in here, the dogs are motoring quite nicely with very little whistle, and I have seen 2 or 3 birds moving ahead of us, 30, 40 feet ahead of us. And I'm actually hunting the dogs in the direction of those birds. And I'm working out whether they're going to take a line to those birds, but those birds were actually zigzagging all around the woods, 3 of them. So it's confusing the dogs slightly. It's not like one bird taking a straight line. And I wanted to see if any of the 3 would take the line to the bird. And yet, when I'm blowing the turn whistle, and I'm not blowing it all the time, the dogs are turning and coming back to me. But you can see the heads are down, and that bitch is telling me there's something been here. So if I'd not seen it, the dogs are telling me there's something here. But those birds ran like crazy because we've been dogging this wood in on purpose, and so there is birds in here, and we're pushing it down towards the wood, down to the bottom wood for the keeper. And so what we're doing is we're putting the dogs in there, and I'm working them as a pack, 3 of them. But look at that head down, look at that twist and turn. That's what I love about the spaniel, whether it's a cocker spaniel or springer spaniel. If you get the head down on them when they're hunting, they look really, really nice, and they're driven. There's no windscreen wiper action on these. These are learning to hunt. These are learning the game out in the field. This is field training. This is what we want. Rafa can't even stop for a proper shit. He just keeps having a quick squirt and carrying on again, look, because he's even enjoying it. Look, head down. It's teaching him to put his head down, where before he'd be running around with his head up. Now he's saying, right, there's something in here, but what is it? What is it? They're green, these dogs. They haven't got the experience like my other dogs have got experience, but they all have to start somewhere. Look at that twist and turn of that bitch there. She knows there's something there, and she wants to find it. And she's been in the pen. She's chased pheasants. She's been in the pen and chased rabbits. But in here, it's like, oh, there's something new in here, because in the summer we don't see much in there, do we? And so it's just going through the motion of quartering. Now all of a sudden you see the drive and the head down, and that's what it's about, everyone. It's about getting that head down on that dog and showing you. I mean, I put music up on the first one because I just want to put it up to show you the movement. I love the movement of the dogs and how they stay close, and they're not pushing boundaries. I'm not having to call and scream them back all the time. And the birds now have moved down here. I watched them cut across the wood and move down here, and they've gone further down where I want them to go, because we're pushing them down the wood for the keeper back into the pens in the other wood, and that's what we're doing it for. So that's why it's so much fun at this time of year to get out there. Now, I don't want to bring a gun with me. Why do I need to bring a gun with me? First day of the shooting season, I don't need to bring a gun. I don't want to go shooting first day of the shooting season, because the birds are very immature. They're not really getting up, and it's not much sport. So I leave them go for a little while. I'm not a desperate guy who has to kill everything. It's not part and parcel of what I do. I put up some pictures and a feed on Facebook this morning because it's the beginning of the shooting season, and it's a nice change to the season, isn't it? Because I would have been dogging in a month ago a lot more than I have this year because of the virus, and they let the birds go an extra month before having them in the pens and that. So they're a month out of sync, really. But that's not a problem, because at the end of the day we can still flush them, we can still dog in, and we can still shoot over the dogs with the older birds in the valleys and stuff like that. So I won't be going to my places that are close to the shoot where I can shoot, because the birds have got no tails on them still, and they're only just flying. It's not much sport. So what I will do, I'll go down in the valleys and the places where the older birds will be, and I'll have a few birds shot over these dogs to give them the experience. And that's what you have to do. You can train them at home, you can do all that work at home, but until you get them out in the real stuff, you don't really see how all that training starts to come together. And they've had a good morning, and we did about 2.5 hours training with these 3 dogs this morning. And I keep mixing it up and taking customers out on my dogs or somebody else's dogs, clients' dogs. And we have one client's dog here, and obviously Rafa, and the other bitch is mine. And that's what they need. They need to get out and do the real thing. I hope you enjoyed this video.